welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I have an exciting video. Okay, I'm gonna be comparing these two fragrances here. So before we get started, if you could please hit that subscribe button, hit it, okay, hit it, and join the family here. I would really appreciate it. And you know, if you like this video, if you want to give me a little thumbs up, I would really appreciate that too. Okay, so now let's get into it. So what perfumes am I referring to here? So first we have a new Paris Corner release called Dulzura, and geez. Okay, I can't wait to tell you all my thoughts about this one. And this is the Cirque Du Soleil fragrance. Now, she's usually sitting right here pretty recently since I got it in the background. So if you see like the empty little packaging, because it's usually sitting right there. So, because I just think this is absolutely beautiful. The packaging on this is stunning. I love it so much. The box that it comes in is stunning. Everything about this stunning. Okay, so now Little Paris Corner came out and said, we've come to play. Okay, like, so I'm going to tell you what I think about these two. So that's what the packaging of these look like. This is Dulzura here, and she opens like this, and then it looks kind of basic without the cap. The packaging of this one is okay, but that's what it looks like. Okay, so now let's compare the prices of these real quick before we dive into the notes. So the Cirque Du Soleil fragrance is $195. You can find this, well, I saw it when we went to Vegas. There's like, you know, you can see they have multiple Cirque Du Soleil shows, and in the MGM, was it Grand Hotel? Right next to the Ka Theater, there's a little shop. And that's where you can get this bad boy from. Like if you want to smell it in person and if you want to purchase it, but this is also online. So that's this one. And then Dulzura, the new Paris Corner release, I see it right now for $38. That's what I paid for. But I don't know if I see it on Amazon or anything like that. I'll link it in my description box. But yeah, it's going to be around $38 for now. But maybe once it's been out for a while, maybe it'll go down in price a little bit, okay? So that's Dulzura. Now let's go over the notes, because to my surprise, the notes on these two perfumes are very different. But do they smell the same? Okay. The Cirque du Soleil notes. We have this one, okay? We have notes of cotton candy, red apple, and bergamot at the top. Middle notes is butter, pecan, freesia, and iris petals. And base notes are caramel, vanilla bean, amber, and sandalwood. Now the notes for Dulzura are very different, and that is so surprising, like literally so different. Just look at this. Top notes of buttermilk and black pepper. Middle notes of vanilla, cake, and whipped cream. And base notes of amber and musk. Like literally, I'm like did they not want people to think this was an inspiration? Because where? Okay, so let me spray. The sprayer is like, whenever you actually can get it down all the way, it sprays very nicely, but sometimes it gets stuck. Oh my gosh. Dulzura, geez. Okay, now these two, let me just tell you right off the bat that these two are similar. These two are very similar, okay? And I'm gonna go over with you what the similarities are and what the differences are, okay? Now, I don't know what is going on with the notes of Dulzura, but to me, I get the notes of Cirque du Soleil, okay? When it opens up, I get delicious cotton candy and the red apple, just like as I get with the Cirque du Soleil. I get the butter popcorn, I do. And I know a lot of people struggle with popcorn. I don't struggle with popcorn unless it's like really irritating or like really strong. But to me, it just, honestly, the popcorn in here just gives it like butterness and saltiness. Like it gives it some saltiness so that it's not so overpoweringly sweet and cloying. Like with notes of cotton candy, red apple, vanilla, caramel, like I feel like that could get cloying. But I think the popcorn is really making it like savory and sweet. Of course, this to me, it is very sweet. Both of these are, I mean, they smell very similar. To me, these are both very sweet fragrances, but there's some saltiness there to balance it, and I love that. Like, I love that combo. I love it. And to me, like in Dulzura, like I said, I get the cotton candy, I get the red apple, I get a buttery popcorn with some saltiness, and I do get the vanilla and a little bit of caramel. I always have this problem. Jesus, caramel, not caramel, caramel, okay? I get those notes. So what, I don't know what the notes, like I don't get black pepper with this, buttermilk, cake. I don't know. I don't know what the notes of Dulzura are happening, but I smell the notes of the Cirque du Soleil. And they smell very, very similar. Now, the differences. Let me tell you the differences because I just told you. They smell very, very similar. But the differences are that Cirque du Soleil is smoother. This one is smoother and it's lighter, okay? Dulzura is a little bit sharp when you first spray it out, a little bit. But it's not terrible. It's not extremely noticeable. It's not something that you're gonna be like, ugh, no, it's a little bit sharp. But I just, again, I got this fragrance this week. So it hasn't even sat for a week. Like, I'm sure once it sits for a little bit, that sharpness will go away. But right now, there's a little bit of sharpness. And to me, this fragrance is stronger than the Cirque du Soleil, and it's a little bit sweeter. So with Cirque du Soleil, they both open up very similar with that cotton candy and red apple is what I get right off the bat with both of them. Especially when you first spray them, they smell very similar. Just the Prayer Scorpion one has a little bit of a sharpness to it. But as you wear the fragrance, the Cirque du Soleil becomes, after some time of you wearing it, all the notes kind of like really like mix together and they calm down. It gets a little bit light, a lot lighter. It just calms down. The sweetness calms down. It's just the fragrance overall. All the notes, the sweetness, everything kind of calms down. And it's just a softer scent, okay? That's my experience with it. And to me, on my skin, like I put Cirque du Soleil here in Dulzura, and it's been about 3-4 hours since I sprayed them both side by side. And to me, it just, after a while, the Cirque du Soleil does become a little bit more of a skin scent, especially on my skin. If I'm wearing it on my clothes, it does linger on my clothes a lot better. But on my skin, it really does kind of like leave completely after the 4-hour mark, and it becomes a skin scent about an hour afterwards. Now this is, and then in the dry down, it's where like it really calms down on the sweetness. Dulzura is strong. When you first spray it, it's just stronger than the Cirque du Soleil. From the first spray till it dries down, till you wear it hours and hours and hours, you'll be able to tell, okay? It's a little bit sweeter, like I mentioned. In the dry down, I can still pick up all those notes, whereas in the Cirque du Soleil, in the dry down, everything kind of gets really smooth together, and like it's kind of harder for you to pinpoint the notes like you did at the beginning of the fragrance. But with Dulzura, you still can kind of pinpoint like, oh, yep, I can still smell the cotton candy, I can still smell the apple, I can still smell the caramel, I can still smell the vanilla. It doesn't become as, I'm telling you, it's not as like super blended in the dry down as the Cirque du Soleil. I don't know if this is making much sense to you. I'm really hoping that it does. Overall, they smell very similar. Just Dulzura is a little bit sweeter, and just the best difference, the one that I'm really happy, is that the performance is better on Dulzura. It is stronger. So projection is better and longevity is better as well, especially like both on skin and on clothes, but especially on the skin. Like when I'm doing comparisons of the two, like I feel like I'm like, oh, where is the Cirque du Soleil? Whereas when when I smell Dulzura, it's still very presently there. So longevity is longer lasting, like significantly, and it projects a lot more as well. So I have no issues with performance on this one. And actually, I was wearing it. I wore it yesterday, and I was hanging out with my mom, and we were at Hobby Lobby, and she was like, "What are you wearing?" And I said, "Okay, girl, yes, my favorite compliment." I said, "Oh, I'm wearing Dulzura," which, you know, I explained what it was, whatever. And she was like, "It smells really good." And then, like, as we went on with the shopping or whatever, she was like, "I'm getting whiffs and whiffs of you. Like, every time you move, I can smell you. It smells really good." And I said, yes, yes. So I'm telling y'all, like, it is stronger. It is stronger, and I'm really, really happy with Dulzura. So let me tell you my overall thoughts, because if you don't have the Cirque du Soleil, then I think, and you've been wondering about, you know, what does it smell like, blah, blah, blah. Am I going to like it? You know, are you going to blind buy a $200 perfume? Like, you know, so if you were wondering about it, and you like, you have to like a gourmand fragrance. You have to like, because it's sweet, it's gourmand, it's playful, it's so fun because you get the cotton candy, you get the red apple, it's very sweet, but there's some saltiness that also plays into it. And there's also bergamot in the, at least in the, in the Cirque du Soleil. I'm telling you, like, I'm not even looking at the notes of Dulzura, but I was wearing it yesterday, and my mom said that it smells a little bit citrusy. And I said, she caught me so off guard with that. I said, where? Where are you smelling citrusy? But whatever. This, you have to like a gourmand. To me, I don't find this cloying, but it is very, very sweet. So just know that. But I absolutely love this. This is amazing. It is a very, very, very great inspiration. I think is wonderful. If if the packaging was cuter, then I would be even happier. The packaging is kind of whatever. It's kind of okay. So yeah, if you like gourmands, if you want to try this out, and you've been wondering about Cirque du Soleil, this is a great way to find out what it smells like, and I hope you love it if you do pick it up. Now, if you do have Cirque du Soleil like I do, I'm still happy to have Dulzura, because I can just go ham with this. Like, I can layer it and just top it off with a little bit of Cirque. Like, I can make this work. Like, I like that I have a more longer lasting option here, so that I don't have to go through this one as fast. Now, the Cirque du Soleil, I'm telling you, like, I recently picked this up because I've been wanting it for so long, and I've smelled it in person because my husband and I like going to Vegas. So I had already smelled it and I liked it, and I kept thinking about it. Like, when we go back, I have to pick it up. I finally picked it up. I'm really happy about it. It just has really nice memories for me. We in our first wedding anniversary, we went to Vegas and we watched the Cirque du Soleil show. This year we went back and we watched another Cirque du Soleil show. So, like, it has a lot of memories attached to it. And yeah, but I love the way this smells. Like, I love the way this smells. I love the way it looks. The packaging when it's in its box is absolutely stunning. Like, everything about this fragrance, I love. But I know this is not the price tag for everyone. So if you've been curious, get it. If you're curious, get it. If you know what the Cirque du Soleil smells like and you like it, then this is a safe blind buy. If you have no idea what this smells like, I don't know if this is a safe blind buy, because it is very gourmand and very, very sweet. But I personally love it. I'm really happy to have both. But those are my thoughts. Okay, tell me down below, what are you thinking? Okay, what are you thinking? What do you think? Have you smelled it? Are you curious about smelling it? You tell me, okay? And if you like this video and you want to keep watching some more of my videos, watch this video next. Okay, guys? Thank you so, so much for watching. Again, leave me your thoughts down below. I want to know what you think. Are you curious about this one? Because I was. As soon as I saw that it came out, I said, we're getting this one. We're getting this one, okay? So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.